Wonderful.
Okay. All right. So everybody, Vivian Hermes.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead.
So welcome everyone to Mindful Monday. Today I thought we would work with stabilizing and grounding ourselves and then shifting into a practice that blends gratitude with a body scan. We oftentimes don't take enough time to show gratitude to this body and this mind for functioning as it does without us ever really getting in the way of it. So with that, I invite you to stretch up and settle in. And you can begin by taking a couple of deep but comfortable breaths in through the nose and sighing out the exhale if that's comfortable for you. Sighing has been found to be a very relaxing practice, one that we actually, if you think about it, we naturally do on our own. And when you really feel like you've arrived, your feet are planted on this ground, your body is here, you're ready to get started, letting your breath go back to its natural rhythm. And to ground ourselves, we're going to start with the 3 centers check-in. We're going to check into the state of our mind, the state of our feelings and emotions, and what sort of body we're working with today. So to begin, just bringing your attention to that area above your ears that we usually would point to if we thought of where's my mind. And as you bring the attention there, noticing what's the state of mind I'm working with today. So remember that the practice of mindfulness is one of really noting, becoming aware, recognizing what's here, and not one of getting caught up in the stories as to the why it's here or what caused it to be here. So checking in with the mind. Is it groggy? Is it alert? Is it foggy? Is there attention? Is it neutral or curious? What's the state of your mind in this moment? It could be a combination. It might come in and out of different states of mind. And there will be brief moments of silence to just allow you to work with the prompt I provided, see where the mind goes with it. Does it immediately wander away and you have to bring it back? Or does the mind really start deepening into a curiosity about the prompt of what's here? Does it go into the past or the future? Or does it stay here? What's the state of my mind right now? And if you need to take a couple of additional deep breaths, feel free to do so. Now bringing your attention down into your heart area. Oftentimes, this is where we sense the beginnings of emotions and feelings in and around our heart and chest, and offering your awareness and attention to any and all emotions that might be here right now. There might be pleasant emotions, unpleasant emotions, relatively neutral emotions. Just ask yourself, are there any feelings or emotions here right now? If you want to get curious about them, emotions tend to have physical sensations associated with them, usually pop up in certain areas. So when we're happy or giddy, we feel a fluttering in and around our chest. When we're sad, we might feel our shoulders sort of concave in. When we're angry, we might feel tension in our jaw, in our shoulders. When we're confused, we might feel it in and around our head and our eyes, our eyebrows. So as you identify an emotion, noting where it is, how is it that you know that it's here? It's giving you some sort of signal. Take note of that. Here too, not getting too caught up in why that emotion is here or what may have caused it. That's when we start engaging the thinking mind, and it cuts off the actual sensing and feeling of the emotion. So noticing, feeling into it. Now shifting your attention to the state of your body today. Does it feel relatively pleasant, unpleasant, neutral? If the mind moves your awareness to a place where you're feeling any sort of unpleasantness or tension, notice if there's any area in the body that is neutral or actually pleasant. So it's okay that the mind kind of goes to the part that may need attention. We also want to create some balance so that it'll come to the areas that are relatively okay. How's the body doing today in this moment? And see if you can bring some relaxation to any parts of the body that you notice that maybe you're holding a little more rigidly during this exercise. Let the shoulders melt down the back. If you notice any sort of tension or clenching in the belly, see if you can breathe into the belly, let it expand. And then as it exhales, letting it relax and maybe even unclench a little bit. Whether the eyes are open or closed, let them fall back into the sockets. Noticing any and all sensations at the jaw. A lot of times we hold quite a bit of tension in and around our jaw. And you can soften it by placing the tip of your tongue gently on the roof of your mouth. Seeing if you can let the hands soften. And this soft release can be very subtle, might not be very obvious or very pronounced. Since we're going to be moving into a gratitude body scan, this really requires us to be as relaxed as we possibly can in this moment. And some of us may have challenging relationships with our body's functionality or its shape or how it looks. But for this practice, we're going to work outside of those ideas, notions, frameworks. We're going to scan the body parts and offer gratitude for what it can do and what it has been doing. So I'm going to offer words that you can use to bring awareness to that particular area of the body. But please feel free to reflect and offer your own gratitude and reflections in your own words as well. The statements I'm going to share are just offered as inspiration, as guidance. And if any part becomes particularly uncomfortable, you're more than welcome to go back to the 3 centers check-in, where we were stabilizing through our mind, our heart, and the body sensations. You can come back to your breathing, knowing that this time is all about nourishing yourself, creating that bridge between mind and body, knowing there's nowhere to go, nothing else to do for the next couple of minutes. So allowing your attention to move down to your feet. We'll start there and anchor into the feet by noticing any and all sensations that might be there. Might help if you don't have very strong sensations to very gently roll the feet, wiggle the toes, move them forward and back and side to side. And you can notice that in moving the foot, it triggers activity in the ankle. Maybe you might even feel it in your knees. You might even notice the subtle movements that might happen in the hips too. Keeping the attention with the feet, You can recognize that a quarter of all the bones in the body are found in the feet. So you can press the soles of your feet down. Notice how they feel. Press into the balls of your feet and toes. Notice what that feels like. Are there any sensations there? For sure, there's pressure when you do that. Maybe you're noticing warmth or coolness from the temperature. Maybe there are sensations on the skin itself, like tingling or prickling, tickling. You might feel vibrations or throbbing. You can even zoom out and just note whether the feet feel pleasant or unpleasant or relatively neutral right now. So noticing how small the surface area of the feet actually is, and recognizing how hard they work to keep the body off the ground, in motion, supported. There was a time long ago as a small child where you didn't have full function of your feet and relied upon others to move you from location to location to change your scenery. So remembering those times, drawing in some appreciation for the feet, for all that they are able to do in this moment. And the statement can just be as simple as, "Thank you, feet." Letting it be heartfelt as best as you can. Now moving your awareness up and noticing the legs. Notice if there are any sensations that you might be feeling in the legs, or if there are no sensations, it might be relatively neutral, or there might be blank spots of sensations. If you're seated, maybe you're feeling the knee joint bent and the various sensations between the lower leg as it's suspended, where the upper leg meets the chair seat. Note any and all sensations in the legs, on the surface of the legs. Reflect on the coordination with the upper half and lower legs and feet, in the way that the legs move. You offer up some gratitude and appreciation for all that the legs do. Thank you, legs. Moving up through the torso or trunk of the body. You can reflect on all the different organs that work together to keep you going. The lungs that help us breathe, and the heart that pumps the blood throughout the body. The rib cage that protects these vital organs while still moving and being supple. The stomach and intestines that absorb the nutrients from the food. that helps keep the body fortified. These are just a few of the major organs. You can think of your liver and your kidneys, each one in turn, offering them a smile of gratitude for all that work that they do, whether or not you're noticing them throughout the day. And if it helps, since they're within reach, you can gently even place your hand on them as you reflect and appreciate them. And offering your attention now to your hands and arms. These hands and fingers that are able to create so much beauty, that help offer all your unique gifts to those you love and care for. Just having that sense of touch through our skin. For all these decades, they've all been at your service. These arms that allow us to embrace those whom we love and extend our reach beyond just the body. Just taking a moment to reflect on the beauty and the wonder of fingers, hands, arms, skin. And here you can even offer yourself a kind touch by embracing yourself with a hug or holding your own hand. Just noticing the sensations of what arms and hands do, if that feels right. And now let's move up to the neck and the head. Recognize how small this neck is compared to the head that it holds up. Notice how its mobility allows you to see well beyond what is just in front of you. You can notice that the head, and particularly the face, is where so much of our sensory experience comes in. This is where we see, hear, taste, smell. So much of our life experience is coming in through the senses that reside here. So you can go to each one in turn. Thank you, eyes, for seeing beauty, noting dangers, expressing my emotions. Thank you, nose, for smelling all the beautiful scents and all the scents of things I should be conscious or aware of, pleasant and unpleasant, for generally keeping things neutral. Thank you, mouth, for all your complexity in taking in the flavors of food, allowing me to explore my taste buds. Expressing my emotions and smiles and frowns, and for allowing the sound of my voice to resonate out. Thank you, ears, for letting me receive sound, beautiful sounds, cautionary sounds, the laughs and the cries and the words that help me understand the world. The ability to listen and to connect with the people I come into contact with. Now taking in all these parts together as one body, these feet, legs, hands, arms, trunk, neck, head. See if you can offer some love and gratitude for how it all seems to come together so beautifully. You can reflect on the fact that if any of its parts are encumbered or become limited, the other parts come in and compensate and assist. See if there are any reflections that you can offer up on your unique body, how it itself is a wonder. Each one of our bodies has been through so much in this life. Yet we so often never stop to actually give it gratitude and say, hey, you made it through. You did it. Now, wherever you are, I invite you to take a couple of deep breaths in again at your own pace. Let it be comfortable in the same way that we started. Becoming aware of your presence in the space that you're in. Noticing your body, how it feels. Allowing the light to peer into your eyes and gently opening them if they were closed. And taking a moment to reflect, as we always do, that yes, we practice as individuals so that we can bring some mindfulness, some relaxation, some peace into our day. But we do this for the benefit of others as well, that actually take the fruits of that practice, the ripple effect of that in our being more patient, more compassionate, more kind, more generous with our words and our thoughts. So yes, we practice in individuals, but the benefits extend well beyond us. So I want to thank you all for joining today. I hope you'll take the time to come back to any parts of your body over the course of the day, the week, and send it love and gratitude.
Thank you very much. Excuse me. Thank you very much, Vivian. I'm going to stop the recording now. Thank you very much, everybody, for attending. We hope you enjoyed it. Okay. Every Monday we do this 12:30 to 1. So I hope you enjoyed. If you need